Hi, this is Nicole Rivera, and you're listening to the Stop Writing Alone podcast. I'm not going to fool myself tonight and think that my husband is going to be silently playing his video game in the background, so I'm just going to give you fair warning that I'm recording while he's in another room, and that might get loud. And as long as it doesn't get profane, we're going to let it ride. Just not worth all of the hoops I need to jump through right now to make silence happen in the background. But I am here this week putting a little pause on the Happy Campers interviews because I want to talk to you about some of my plans for 2022 in case there's anything that you want to weave into your scheduling. So speaking of plans, I will say that I have signed up for Sarah Cannon's HB90 course. This is something that I've always been incredibly curious about. Now, Sarah Cannon's a published author. She's got, 20 plus titles out there, but you may know her as the brains and heart behind Heart Breathings. We discussed her a couple of times on this podcast. I think most extensively when I interviewed Amy Strong, because Amy's been through a lot of Sarah's stuff, including the HB90 course, and I actually used Amy's affiliate link to sign up. So if you were thinking about signing up for it, if you head on over to the Right Crowds Facebook group, that's Amy's and Audrea Martin's YouTube channel, they have an affiliate link for HB90, and that's basically Heart Breathings 90, because Sarah's got this whole technique for planning, scheduling, and looking at our time in quarters, in these 90-day increments. So I haven't... total transparency, haven't even started my homework yet, but I did sign up, and that's all starting this week. But long before I signed up for that course, of course, I have been planning what's going to be happening with me and Stop Writing Alone and everything in 2022. And one of my number one goals for the new year, and I have been working on this throughout this year, was to not be so reliant on the social media spaces of Facebook and Instagram. I mean, really more Facebook, where not only do I have the Stop Writing Alone Facebook group and page, but every single time I run a season of Happy Campers, I create a private group for the community within. Also, when we did Stop Reading Alone, we have a private Facebook group. When I did Swap 52, which was the 52 stories in 52 weeks challenge, I did a Facebook group. Basically, Facebook has been my space to create these private groups and communities for us to come together a little bit more intimately, and have that home base where you not only can connect with me, but you can connect with the other people that have signed up for the course. I love that dynamic. I just have not been loving the platform of Facebook. I mean, I'm not alone in this, but the whole data mining, the fact that in this past year, this was really a tipping point for me. In the past year, when people would write something in any of my groups. This goes from a Happy Campers group to the Stop Writing Alone group. I wasn't getting notified. That just blows my mind. This is my group. Why wouldn't I get notifications? And how is that going to help me engage with my community? So anyway, I've been spending the whole year exploring all the different other spaces, and I have finally found a new home for building community and those types of connections, a new home for like the home base for the private communities. This is not to say that I'm coming off Facebook entirely. I know many people are making that move. I am not ready to do that. Facebook has been a wonderful space for me, both personally and professionally. However, when you sign up for something with me through Stop Writing Alone, there is going to be a different space where we connect and with, each other and with the other people that are signed up in that group. And that's through, if you are interested in exploring these platforms, the platform that I have selected for right now is called Mighty Networks. So it's all been purchased and I'm setting it up and I'm really testing the waters right now. And right now I have an invite was sent out to everyone that has ever been in the Happy Campers Club. They're kind of like my alpha group of going in and saying, okay, guys, let's kick the floorboards here and check it out. But what I would like to do next is open up sort of like a beta group. And I've been trying to figure out how to go about this. And parallel to this whole thing going on this month, I went out to Barnes & Noble this past week to grab up my copy of Atlas of the Heart, Brene Brown's brand new book. And I've just been really excited about it. I've been following Brene for an incredibly long time. The first moment that I heard this woman talking about daring greatly and the Teddy Roosevelt speech, I got chills because when I was 14 years old, I took a picture of all of the different quotes of Teddy Roosevelt in the Museum of Natural History here in New York City and sort of became obsessed. And one of the things that I had on then plastered on my wall for years was the Daring Greatly speech. I was like, oh, somebody else knows of this wonderful the critic who counts and all of this. So yeah, she's been on my radar since then, and I follow her podcast, and I believe I've mentioned that before here, Unlocking Us. And so when she had a new book out, I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon, especially since on the podcast she's talking about it with her sisters, and I don't want to be spoiled, even though this is not a fiction book. So I went to Barnes & Noble, I buy the book, I post something about it on Instagram, and my friend Joanna from the Voxer Vixens is like, I bought the book too, let's read it together. And I say, that's a great idea. I love that, stop reading alone. Fantastic. Couple of days go by and it hits me, wait a second, this is the beta group. This is the beta group of my dreams. I am going to create a Stop Reading Alone group inside of this new Stop Writing Alone network, and invite people in to be the beta group. Now, typically, groups inside the network would be behind a paywall, just like the Happy Campers Club and things like that. But because this is like, I need help to sort of learn the platform and see how it works with community, this is going to be, just your basic free book club for us to read through Atlas of the Heart by Brene Brown together. It is 13 chapters, so I'm trying to figure out how to schedule it out and everything. But I also want to do a giveaway of the book because one of the things that was brought to my attention, but also something that I had considered, was the fact that it is a brand new book. It's a brand new book, so it's hardcover, and it's, they're not cheap. That's the one thing that stinks when you want to do a book club about a book that's brand new. And so last year I had launched Stop Reading Alone with Julia Cameron's new book at the time, The Listening Path. I was very excited about that. And we had a small group of us. I don't think there was more than 5 of us together, but it was fantastic. And so this year I would like to do this again and have another Stop Reading Alone group, but this time do Atlas of the Heart. So let me just tell you a little bit about the book, just to see if it's something that you're interested in. So it's Brene Brown, and it's Atlas of the Heart. The subtitle is Mapping Meaningful Connection and the Language of Human Experience. And the back cover says, in Atlas of the Heart, Brown takes us on a journey through 87 of the emotions and experiences that define what it means to be human. As she maps the necessary skills and actionable framework for meaningful connection, she gives us the language and tools to access a universe of new choices and second chances, a universe where we can share and steward the stories of our bravest and most heartbreaking moments with one another in a way that builds connection. So I literally bought this book without even knowing a thing about it. So when I read the back of this after having my conversation with Joanna, I was like, wait, this actually does really fit into the world of Stop Writing Alone, because it is all about how we are connecting with one another. And that is, what this is all about. So this is my very messy episode invitation to you to read Atlas of the Heart with me and my friend Joanna and anybody else that might show up. But also, because I know that, maybe you didn't run out and buy this book, or you weren't planning on running out to buy this book, I do want to open up a giveaway for one copy of the book. So what I'm going to do is, in the show notes, I'm going to have a landing page for you to sign up for the email list to get all the information about when this round of Stop Reading Alone, the beta group, it's kind of like, I was thinking about it. I was like, what am I going to name this episode? And I'm like, oh, maybe it's like my beta readers. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I did not even mean that. I'm not looking for beta readers in the way that we typically talk about it. But I am looking for a beta group of readers, of people who like to read, to test out the space of the mighty network of Stop Writing Alone network. So in the show notes will be a sign up to get all the information for when this is going to happen. I'm just going to tell you now, it's not happening before Christmas. Too much craziness going on here. That is when I will be planning everything out and sort of solidifying everything. But it's probably going to be like right after Christmas. So when will I do the giveaway? Today we are still in the first week of December. I had my calendar open. Why did I close it? Hold on a second. December, where are you? Okay, so today is Thursday, December 9th. So I will select and announce the winner of the Atlas of the Heart book on December 23rd. This way I can send it out and get it to whoever is that lucky reader in time for us to start reading and moving forward, like in the following week. So, that's pretty much what I'm thinking. And if you're interested in being that lucky winner, or just staying up to date on when this session of Stop Reading Alone will begin, then head to the show notes to give me your email list. And I will say, even if you are already on the Stop Writing Alone email list, you can drop your email in there. This way, I will make sure to get you the emails specific to this conversation. There's a thing in MailChimp called tags, and I don't always send out emails to the entire group because I am one of those people where my inbox gets flooded, especially at this time of year. So I really just try to be very specific when I send out my emails and only send out Stop Writing Alone, the entire list, an email when it is something that's applicable to everyone. But for something like this, I probably will have one broad email to let everybody know what's going on. But once that happens, then all of the conversations about this session of Stop Reading Alone will go just to the people who have signed up for that specific list. And this Stop Reading Alone is something that is going to go on all year. I think I do have my first writing craft book picked out for when we go live and we're not in beta anymore. And of course, that's not the only group that's going to be happening in 2022. I will just say briefly that what my big plan is for 2022 is to take the experience of happy campers minus the intensity of happy campers and spread it throughout the year. So I may have mentioned this on a previous episode, but one of the things that is always hard for anybody that signs up for the what I call a writing intensive of the Stop Writing Alone Happy Campers Club is that we spend 2 months together, 5 days a week, live video calls, doing all the things, doing accountability, write-ins, writing prompt parties, critique, talking about craft, nonstop, and then it goes radio silent until the next season. Part of the reason is that that's, for me at least, not sustainable to be on like that all year round. And I just don't think it is for everyone. So what I'm looking to do is offer those same types of interactions, but just not 5 days a week, every single week. So as the plans roll out for each of those things, and those spaces become solid, I have not created the spaces within the network yet. I will, of course, let everyone know on the Stop Writing Alone email list. So this is a good chance to sign up if you haven't already signed up, to make sure that you're in all those communications, which is the reading group, which will be Atlas of the Heart right now, and then we will be moving into writing craft books as the year goes on, and all of the other lovely fun things like goal setting meetings, writing prompt parties, write-ins, critique groups and partnerships, all the things to help you stop writing alone all year round, not just, for a couple of seasons. So that is all. If you're not already on the email list, sign up for it. If you already are on the Stop Writing Alone email list, you're good to go for all of those updates moving forward. But if you are specifically interested in being one of my helper bunnies for this first wave, this first group in this new space, then do sign up again, just so I know that you are ready to be a virtual guinea pig. Because basically, I think I've made this clear, but we will be reading this book together. We will be having these discussions, but in the interim, I will also be asking you how you're feeling about the space that we're using, and if there are any issues, if you're not getting notifications, or you're getting too many notifications, or you don't like the way the platform looks on your phone, or anything at all. Those sorts of conversations would be incredibly valuable to me, and definitely what I'm looking for. So yeah, it's going to be a slightly different experience because of that. Or maybe it won't. Maybe we'll settle all those things in the first week, and the rest of the time we'll be like, this place is awesome. Let's just keep reading the book and having a great time. But yeah, that's all. That's really all I have for this week. I'm pretty excited to do my HB90 course, but I'm also excited to to really get into the mighty networks with everyone. So if you're ready to start experimenting, and if you are a Brene Brown fan, or maybe just Brene Brown curious, and you want to read along with me, please sign up, and I will talk to you then, and we will read together and learn all about our deep connections and the way that we can tell our stories to deepen those connections. Oh, I can't wait. I have not read it yet. I haven't even started, and I'm already excited. So hopefully I won't be let down by this book, because my expectations are now high. Oh, I hope I didn't make your expectations too high. I'm sorry. Okay, let me stop before it gets worse. Have a wonderful week. Thank you as always for listening, and I'll see you again next week. Have a great weekend and happy writing. And if you're already reading, happy reading as well.